slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're trying to go be.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams.
Let's go. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Cut! 180! 54! Oh, here we go! Oh!
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Second and 5 now. Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Check the hot read. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 11. Bravo. Right there. 54.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
280. 56. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, 0. Man, move it. You got to get that. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
He has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Block that. Push him back. And 58 is a move.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Going up top. He's got him in. Complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 63 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10 clear on the other side of the field.
SOS.
Play action. Now Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. 14. Don't get nervous. Watch the eye. Hatchet.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Rush in. 36 power. Good job right there. 58 to Mike.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football. Alert. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Mike's 56. 36 power. 56. Watch QB drop. Over. QB drop. 56 to Mike, boy.
Wilson now to throw on third down. That's complete right around the 8. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I got you, boy. Check.
They'll run with Smallwood. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's go. 4 down. 58, Mike.
Here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Alert. 58 to Mike.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Corey Littleton with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
A gain of 12. First down, Rams.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Pull together.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run on first down. Brown. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
56
They'll try the air now with Goff. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterback...
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Check. Lucky. Undercrunch. Sponge.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 84 yards. Well, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that, but boy, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season. On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
In that situation on 3rd and inches, it's not a surprise that you're going to have big-time guys up front trying to stop things, so you've got to win the leverage game. And the offensive line did that. They got lower than the guys in front of them and pushed them aside. But even they had to be surprised at what the result was. That kind of yardage on 3rd and inches, that's not what you get on every play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
50, 180. Check 56. I'm on. Check 37. Check 37.
From the 31, gone. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Cut. 20. Watch the blood.
Here's Goff. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Check 84. 24 is the mic. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Left pass. Bang out. Bam. Check safety. Cut. Check 13.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Completes it to Dixon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
We got to step it up. Check three, check three, check three. Check three, check three, check six, check six. 58's the money. 58's the money. Tackles, tackles. Check three, alert. Slam, slam, slam.
They go play action now. Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go, D, get up.
Goff on first down. He gets it to Gurley, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check 25, check 25. Tiger.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Goff now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Hey, Charlie. 56, right there. 56. Hey, kill. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Out of the gun. Goff.
You ain't doing nothing.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4.
I got you, boy.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Los Angeles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Gurley again here on first down. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
56. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Another carry now for Gurley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd down and goal. Goff. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Stop, let's go. One left. Go now. 58, boys, 58, Mike. Hey, they're scared. Shoot. Alert. Shoot. Delta. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
Wilson to throw again. This one complete to Smallwood. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 20-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go, 12, go. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Come on, you better bring it. Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up.
A shotgun snap for Goff. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Run left. 58, boys, 58, Mike. Watch the screen.
Here's Wilson to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now give that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 43. Safe.
After the interception, here's Goff. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
14. 24 is the mark.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
14, got it. Hey, 0. 24 is the mic. Let's go, D. Kill. Deuce.
On 3rd down, Wilson flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
We go tonight. 20. 54. It's a party.
Now it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Goff working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff Gurley's got the first down and then some. This will be caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On second and goal, Goff toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But now it's third and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal.
76. 56. Check. Hey, echo. Check 91.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the... And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Goff now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. They go with Brown. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing on third. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
This pass from Goff to Everett, the tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on second down. Goff. You got a man over the middle. It's Woods. 7 yards there and a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Brown. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Malcolm Brown, his second touchdown on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete, and a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm good.
Wilson to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Watch twitch.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Slam, slam, slam.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep.
56 is the mic. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now Wilson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 50 Cent. 18 Gator. Here we go. What?
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
You better bring it. You better bring it.
Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Seahawks, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. All the struggles are wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it all